No, I never had a conversation with anybody from Kentucky, and you know they've got a great coach and a great staff, and he'll do a good job there for him.
The coach Kentucky could have hired beat the coach they did hire. Welcome to the Red and Blue Review, brought to you by True Home Value and Smart Shoppers. We're on the road in Nashville, where the Toppers have knocked off Kentucky 35-26. So, Darryl Bird, let me ask you right off the top.
Bring it.
Does this loss by Mark Stoops mean Kentucky hired the wrong guy?
No.
Okay.
That's not to say Bobby Petrino is a great coach. X's and O's, he's kind of brilliant. He's in that rare category. He would have fixed UK in a couple years and bolted. They got Mark Stoops, who wants to build this thing up the SEC ladder to where it finally, once and for all, stays up the SEC ladder. So they hired the right person.
Howie Lindsay, a Bowling Green native, I ask you, has Kentucky now hired the wrong guy? Should they have gone after Petrino like some fans wanted?
I don't know if they hired the wrong guy. I do know that Petrino is a great coach, and I think they've probably got a really good coach in Mark Stoops. I will say this, Mark Stoops is recruiting at a higher level than Bobby Petrino ever did at Louisville or at Arkansas. So I think he's building for the future. It's going to be a long year, though.
This version of the True Home Value Red and Blue Review is brought to you by Smart Shoppers. That's that big orange building on Produce Road in Louisville. And what they do inside there will make your car or truck the talk of your neighborhood, the talk of your work. Drop by. If you can dream it up, those guys can trick it out. It's called Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road. All right, let's jump into it. The lightning round from Nashville on the Red and Blue Review. This portion of the Red and Blue Review from Nashville is brought to you by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to click it or ticket. Well, the big man on campus for Kentucky is the backup quarterback, Max Smith. He was the GOAT in the game last year when he threw 4 interceptions to Western Kentucky players. This year, he came from off the bench in the 4th and nearly rallied Kentucky to a win. I asked Neil Brown after the game if he should have gone to the bullpen a little bit earlier and put Maxwell Smith into the ballgame.
I don't know. Ifs, ands, and buts. Who knows? You know what I mean? It's like Jalen beat him there in camp. He played better in camp. We moved the ball. You know, it wasn't like Jalen was just coming up empty. Third quarter, you know, the 4th down or the 3rd and 1 that we did not get, where number 4 made a good play. I thought that was big momentum swing. So I'm not trying to avoid your question. I just don't know.
Going into it, coaches made the best decision that they felt was best for the team, and I just, just was ready when my number was called.
How mad, sad, down, frustrated is this team right now?
I mean, we're all down, we're all frustrated, but plain simple, they were better than us today. Plain simple, they beat us in every aspect.
I don't know if Neil Brown wanted to answer or not answer that question. I will. Yes. Should have put Maxwell Smith in much earlier. If you follow me on Twitter on our message boards, you get 140 characters. I used all 140 just saying Maxwell, 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 Maxwell over and over and over. I figured it's like an annoying kid. If you keep saying, let me have it, they'll finally give in. Finally, they did put him in. And so I think it's Jalen. He's a tremendous athlete. His passes just way off the mark tonight, and whether he's nervous, he's amped up, I don't know what was going on, but this offense doesn't work if you don't have pinpoint accuracy in throwing the ball, and we saw how well it moved once Max got in the game. So, yes, definitely we should have went to him much sooner.
Bobby Petrino knows how to make quarterbacks, and his new one at Western Kentucky, Brandon Dowdy, looked pretty good in his first collegiate start.
I mean, he did an unbelievable job. He came out and really understood the game plan. He was quick getting the ball out of his hand and very, very accurate, so we got some yards early after the catch. And then he just continued to execute and made good decisions. As a quarterback, it really comes down to 2 things, making a good decision and then executing the play, and he did both of them.
Oh, it was awesome, man. It was funny. I was in the locker room before the game, and I was like, man, I just want to last that first series, I didn't last that first series last time, but, we got rolling, and it was awesome, man. It was a great experience, and I'm so blessed, and I can't put it in words how blessed I am.
He certainly is blessed to be a college athlete, a healthy college athlete playing college football at this kind of stage. He's also blessed to be handed the keys to Bobby Petrino's offense. I mean, can you imagine being a quarterback? The kid had a great performance, but those guys were wide open. The tight ends were open all game long, and Bobby just knows offense. It was a lot of fun.
It looked like his old Louisville offense. I saw a lot of the plays he ran as a Western coach that I saw him run as the Louisville coach.
I saw many of the same plays. It was like I almost could call a couple of them. I'm not quite that skilled yet, though.
The True Home Value Red and Blue Review on the road in Nashville is brought to you by Smart Shoppers.
Hey, how you doing? This is Danny at Smart Shoppers. If you're looking to light up your vehicle, We got the LED street glow undercarriage kits and wheel lights and HIDs. So if you need any of that, we can take care of that for you. 4200 Produce Road.
Welcome back here into Nashville. Thanks, guys, Smart Shoppers. One of the controversies that happened on the field behind us came in the fourth quarter, just when it looked like Kentucky maybe was going to get a little momentum with the help of Max Smith. Instead of going for it on 4th and 3, they decided to kick a field goal. Now, I understand the strategy. That made it a 2-possession game. But I asked the coach afterwards if maybe he should have rolled the dice and went for the first down, maybe even the touchdown.
You got to stay the course. I plan on being a head coach for a long time, and you got to do what you believe is right. And so, you know, I understand that goes with the territory completely. Shoot, half of me wanted to go for it too. You know, I thought about it. It was 4th and 3, I believe, and thought long and hard. You know, thought, well, not for a long time, but thought quickly about going for it. But we needed points. You know, we actually, you know, if we don't miss the extra point, you know, we have a shot with that plan. You know, what we had, minute and 30 with 3 timeouts and a shot at an onside kick. So that was the plan. I figured, you know, if you don't get it there, the game's over. So had to get to 3, and that was the plan. We go down and score. We kick the extra point, and we got a shot. You know.
Mathematically and logically, it was the right thing to do. As the game was unfolding, it just didn't feel right. It was like, you're this close. Are you kidding me? You're going to go for a field goal, and then you stop and say, okay, got to do the math. It's a 3-possession game, so you got to have these 3 points now, or it doesn't matter. Game over if they go for it and they lose. And that he made that point. That's the best point. That's the truth. It still just didn't feel right because Western's moving at will.
You really worry about
You're driving
it. You know,
down the field. You may not get this close again, so take advantage of it when you could. It didn't feel right, but I'll begrudgingly have to admit it was the right call.
Bobby Petrino's team was not perfect in his debut as the Western Kentucky coach, but they were pretty close. The downside, they gave up 2 fumbles to the Wildcats.
You really worry about it. You know, anytime that you have unforced turnovers, actually they forced them. You know, they were hustling to the ball and they hit and they stripped, and you know, you can't take anything away from the way they were playing, but we need to have better ball security. And we feel like when we turn it over, that's our fault.
I mean, we beat ourselves. I mean, everything we did out there wrong, we did it ourselves. Like, we beat ourselves. We're better than that. And so we should have put up more points.
How amazing is it for those guys to come out of this game? They just beat Kentucky for the 2nd year in a row, and they think, well, we left some points out there. Yeah. And really, as they were coming off the field, the players were saying, we should have scored 50. And that just shows the power of Bobby Petrino's offense. They think they should score on every possession, and when they turn the ball over, it's like they left points out on the field.
When we come back on the Red and Blue Review, we'll talk about who should be Kentucky's starting quarterback next week against Miami. As we head to the break, Daryl's going to tell us about the Cat's Paws. DB?
I'm going to scream over the roar of Gary's private helicopter coming to pick him up. Actually, it's just the mosquitoes dive bombing us here. You can catch up with everything for this new season. Football Yearbook is still available. Visit us at shopcatspaws.com.
Hi, Tim French here for Tim French Superstores Elizabethtown. We're hanging steel and we're making deals. We also have over 130 cars at our Radcliffe and our Fort Knox locations. Hey, Brian, tell them about the Hot 100.
That's right, Tim. We have over 100 vehicles in stock priced at $250 per month or less, all ready for immediate delivery.
Stop by here in Elizabethtown and see us, or stop by Radcliffe or our Fort Knox location. You can go online at 765auto.com or just give us a call at 765-AUTO because we've got an auto for you.
This is Chris with Boom Buyers Westport Village. Want to invite you out to check out one of our best-selling appetizers. This is the pretzel bread with our homemade beer cheese. Come out to Boom Buyers Westport Village today.
What's your idea of fun? Whatever your idea of fun is, we have a park for that. Kentucky State Parks.
To save more lives this summer, we've stepped up highway law enforcement. So, don't forget to buckle up, don't speed, and don't drive while impaired or distracted. Because this summer, we're going to have Kentucky completely covered. blue lights across the bluegrass.
No excuses, no exceptions.
Hi, I'm Teresa Bachman. Bachman Subaru has our largest selection ever of the safe and stylish new Subarus. Subaru is the best-selling all-wheel drive brand in America, and there's a whole lot to love with the all-new 2014 Forester in stock at Bachman. The Subaru A Lot to Love event is on now at Bachman. Bachman treats you right with a huge Subaru selection, low prices, and great service. Located on Bluegrass Parkway or online at BachmanSubaru.com. Bachman makes the difference.
Here at Smart Shoppers, we have all major brand tires from Michelin, Bridgestone, Firestone. Come see me for all your tire needs at 4200 Produce Lane. Now back to you at the Red and Blue Review.
Welcome back to Nashville. The True Home Value Red and Blue Review is being brought to you by Smart Shoppers, and Neil Brown and Mark Stoops have a decision to make. Is it time to return Max Smith back to the starting lineup? Bobby Petrino says he can see a big difference between both quarterbacks.
No, we didn't have a feeling at all. They did a nice job of not letting it out. And the only thing we prepped for is if they were going to have both of them in the game to open the game, because they did that in the spring game. We had a call ready for it. But, you know, we have a lot of respect for both of them. Whitlow can really run and is very, very tough. And then the Smith kid came in, and he's got a great arm and can really light it up.
All right, Darryl, so give me your thoughts. Is it time for Max Smith to get his old job back?
If he wins it this week, but he will, yes. But and to be fair, Whitlow started because, in Maxwell Smith's words, I didn't play very well in both scrimmages. I didn't bring my game, so maybe that's a lesson he learned. And we talked to him about, well, you had to watch for 3 quarters. Did you learn? He said, oh, yeah, I learned. I was watching. I was picking out things I could pick apart in Western's offense. So this actually may have helped him go win the job and keep it. But he has to. If it's an air raid, you have to have an accurate passer. And Whitlow had improved. We had heard how much he improved. A lot of his passes were off the mark. You've got to have pinpoint accuracy, and Maxwell will bring it.
Now, you can make the argument that Max Smith lost his starting job last year due to injury, and the old saying is you don't lose your starting job because of an injury. How is it time for Max Smith to come back?
Well, it reminds me of 2 years ago with Louisville when they brought in a couple of quarterbacks, Dominic Brown and Teddy Bridgewater, and it was clear to everybody that Dominic Brown was probably not going to be that quarterback. I think Jalen Whitlow is Dominic Brown. The trouble is Max Smith is not Teddy Bridgewater. It would make it so much easier if Max Smith was that good. They've got a great passer, good passer, and a good runner. They need both of them, or one or the other to step up.
We come back here on the Red and Blue Review. We're going to talk more about that air raid offense and the fact that we are missing it if you are pulling for Kentucky. This portion of Red and Blue Review is brought to you by the Eye Care Institute of Louisville. You can go to their website right now, eyecareinstitute.com, and take the LASIK self-exam and find out if maybe LASIK surgery is right for you. Eye Care Institute is the official vision care provider of the Red and Blue Review. We come back, we'll dig a little deeper into that issue of Petrino's debut versus the debut of Mark Stoops as we head to the break. Howie's going to tell us about CardinalSports.com.
Absolutely. CardinalSports.com is your best source for all things Louisville. Louisville versus Ohio all throughout the season, football stuff. Log on to CardinalSports.com, and we've got great deals on there right now. You can get a year-long subscription at a discounted price. Check it out, CardinalSports.com.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
This is Chris with Boom Boss Pizza, Westport Village, inviting you out to try one of our best-selling pizzas. This is the traditional buffalo chicken pizza served on a gluten-free crust. Come out to Boom Boss Pizza today and give it a try.
You name it, if you can dream it, these guys can do it. It's the big orange building right off of Produce Road, 4200 Produce Road. It's called Smart Shoppers. Drop by and see what these guys can help you do. Your ride down the road will look better than anybody else's if your ride stops here at Smart Shoppers.
Hi, this is Chad with Smart Shoppers. Whether you're trying to put wheels and tires on your everyday ride or you're trying to hook up your custom vehicle, come see me at 4200 Produce Road.
Here are today's headlines for May 9th, 1953. Dark Star upsets Native Dancer at the Kentucky Derby. The new Chevy Corvette rolls off the assembly line, and Bob Hook Chevrolet opens his doors right here in Louisville.
Hard to believe that was 60 years ago.
And you can't stay in business that long without doing things the right way.
With a great product like Chevy and unparalleled customer service, it's no wonder we've been here
for 60 years, 3 generations and 1 tradition.
So look to Hook, because Bob Hook's got it.
Hey, this is James at Smart Shoppers. Whether you're trying to get a full custom install or an easy radio put in, we can do it with my full certified installers. Now back to you with the Red Blue Review.
Thank you, James. Back in Nashville, the Red and Blue Review, brought to you by True Home Value, is being sponsored as we're on the road this week by Smart Shoppers. All right, let's get into it. We're going to dig a little deeper into the debuts of Petrino and Stoops in our Game Time storylines. Mark Stoops waited for this game here at Titan Stadium for his entire career. He really thought this was going to turn out much differently than he did. But in fact, Mark Stoops says he was very disappointed by his first team, first game.
I'm not sure. I really felt like we were prepared. I felt like our team, did the work, but as far as the psyche and getting out there and playing, I expected us to play better. And it's my job and our job to get them to play better, and that's what we plan on doing.
He warned us. I don't know if he was trying to be polite, careful. He said, this is a process. This is going to be a process. I'm not throwing players under the bus, but we need help, without saying it, the secondary. We need help at linebacker. When Corey Brown exited, Blake McLean was in, playing as hard as he could. Didn't have a clue what he's doing. Freshman just running around trying to make plays. Yeah, a long process. That's the problem the fans are going to have to take hold of and say, last year's 2-10 team, they've got that team with a bunch of rookies that are running around in circles because they don't know what they're doing yet. So that's what you're going to have for a while.
Darryl, after seeing that performance, honestly, it's going to be very difficult for this team to win many games at all. They need to try to make some flex some muscles in the SEC. That's going to be nearly impossible with this performance we saw in Nashville.
Yeah, you got to put all your hopes on Maxwell Smith wins the quarterback job, and this team goes into games where it's 45-42. Maybe you come out on the right end of that sometimes, but get it up into the 40s, get away from 60 offensive plays, which they had tonight, to 80. Get that air raid clicking as fast as it can. You're going to need all the points you can get because the defense just needs a lot of recruiting help.
The debut as a head coach for Mark Stoops was the return to college football for Bobby Petrino. You remember he lost his job in Arkansas about 18 months ago after that extramarital affair was discovered. Well, Bobby Petrino's back in football, and he's the same old Bobby.
The things and the knowledge that he knows is just absolutely crazy. He'll come to the sideline and he'll be like, hey man, they're going to be in this. Throw this guy. He's going to be open, I promise. So it's an unbelievable experience, and to see it at work and live ones-on-ones in Kentucky was awesome.
Well, they're all good. I love winning, and this is a great win for us. It's not about me. This is about our players and our assistant coaches and how hard they worked and how much they invested into this team and into this game, and I'm just really proud of our players.
Wearing red, beating the Cats. I've seen that somewhere before.
And, a lot.
Yeah, a lot. And here's what's weird about that. I used to have players who would come up after the game and they'd say, Bobby told us exactly what was going to happen. He'd say they'd be in this defense and this guy would be open, and they were every time. And that's exactly what Dowdy just said. He said, he told me this guy's going to be open on this play, and he was. This guy's going to be open on this play, and he was. That he just studies so much game film, and he knows even a new coaching staff like Kentucky so well that they just win.
Well, Kentucky fans did not win this ball game, but there is a chance for you to be a winner this season. It's the True Home Value $25,000 sweepstakes. Go to TrueHomeValue.com, register there, and you can win $15,000 in home improvements and $10,000 in cash. A couple of ways to do it, THV.com or TrueHomeValue.com. You can also call 1-800-476-1966. Our newest $25,000 winner will be revealed at the end of September, so go now, TrueHomeValue.com. Well, we know all about that preseason hype of the air raid offense, and I don't know what happened to that, but it did not go well, which means the Kentucky football players who got embarrassed on their home field last year by the Toppers in Commonwealth were not able to make the Toppers pay for it in Tennessee tonight.
we really just beat ourselves. That's how we felt. And coach just told us, give credit to that team. They came out and won. They played hard, and so we gotta give credit what's credit's due, like coach said, and we just gotta come out and work.
How difficult was it last year? Those guys talked pretty loud after winning on your field, and you weren't able to shut them up tonight.
However y'all want, coach said respect those guys, so that's what we're gonna do.
Offensive coordinator Neil Brown talked for several minutes during post-game interview, and he boiled it down to one simple thing. We were behind the chains. Now every coach has their lingo. Behind the chains means they didn't do very well on first down. He said they were miserable on first down. If you don't get positive yardage, you're looking at 2nd and 9. You're looking at 3rd and 8, and things are going to unravel quickly. This offense, according to him, does not work unless you are successful on first down. So going forward, that's what everybody needs to be watching, how the Cats do first down. Do they get enough yardage to where it's 2nd and 3, something like manageable like that?
Well, without a more prolific quarterback, that air raid is going to stay grounded this year.
Yeah, it's going to. That's why I think Maxwell Smith has to go win the job this week before Miami. And the timing. Win the job, play well against Miami, a team you better beat, you should beat handily, and then suddenly you look like you're a lot better than maybe you are, and you get the confidence, get that rolling as well.
Well, there are certainly some teams that should have won, according to the brand names in Louisville's new football conference, the American Conference, but it did not go very well. South Florida got beat by McNeese State. Towson knocked off UConn. In fact, Towson's coach Rob Ambrose was asked after the game, "Are you having fun yet in this new conference?"
It's football. It's supposed to be fun. It is. It's supposed to be fun, and it's awesome. And to be able to do this with these kids and have so much fun. I mean, if you're not having fun, why are you doing it?
Such an immediate shot of Paul Pasqualoni from UConn, a guy who is a terrible hire, by the way, and he's just getting crushed by Towson. I mean, come on, fellas. We knew the American Conference was going to be bad. It's just a one-year thing for Louisville, but this bad? I mean, losing to McNeese State badly like USF did, that Towson game, oh my goodness, it was really bad.
We may be on the verge of getting run over by a painter here at the stadium. Daryl just avoided disaster. We come back, we'll tell you how you can improve on perfection as we keep rolling on from Nashville on the Red and Blue Review.